Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm Paul Gustafson, and this is Healthy Hypnosis, the show that helps to enlighten and educate you on the serious-minded, helpful side of the field of hypnosis or hypnotherapy. And you know, I do a lot of talking, and I do a lot of explaining and teaching and educating, which is the foundation of what this show is all about. But there's nobody who says it better than the clients themselves. And today we're really appreciative of Michael, who agreed to come on the show, having gone through a few sessions and is still here to talk about it.
Right, yeah, I'm happy to be here, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on, Michael. I really appreciate it. You know, it's clients who come on the show and share their experience that really helps to get the word out there and help others to find the same relief that you're going to be talking about over the next few minutes.
Right.
Well, maybe you can just give our viewers an idea of what you were up against before we met.
Well, I was dealing with, stress. I have a high-stress job and, just life stress issues,
Right.
things like that, were starting to really, get weigh on my mind a lot and start to take over my thought processes, and it just became too much of an issue, and I was trying to find a way to get rid of it.
Had that been burdening you for a while?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially towards, this most recent year that we just had. It was a very stressful year, so it seemed to be, escalating, piling up a little bit.
Yeah. What were you doing to try to fix the problem before we met?
Well, I do a little meditation.
Yep.
Talk with friends and family, that kind of thing. Just talk about the problems, but I didn't find any relief with that.
No. Did you do any type of therapy, talk therapy, or psychology, or?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Were you offered medications by your doctor, or?
Yeah. The doctor, when I went in for a physical, and the doctor said, we can try putting you on a couple of different medications, but I didn't want any drug therapies to deal with the stress. I wanted something natural, something that didn't require a lifelong prescription to the medical.
So, how long had you been thinking about hypnosis for a while before you?
Yeah, it was something I had. I tried once about 10 years ago. That it helped me out. And so, now as I was having the stress back in my life, I thought, let's go back to that.
Okay.
The doctor gave me his thoughts, and I wasn't interested, so I thought I'd.
And his thoughts were drugs.
Yeah, and then I saw your ad, and I said, you know what, that really kind of resonated with me. I said, it's time to try something that worked well for me in the past.
And you say around 10 years ago,
Right.
Was that for stress as well?
It was an anxiety, actually, yeah. It was
Okay.
an anxiety issue that I had about 10 years ago, a really, really stressful situation with work. And, it was acute, and I just needed to deal with it. And I found a hypnotherapist local to where I was working at the time. And we dealt with just that one issue.
Yeah.
It didn't sort of deal with the whole stress issue, just with that acute stress,
Okay.
the anxiety.
And the broader picture is what we addressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So what were your thoughts about hypnosis coming in?
Well, I was had a sense of expectancy. I knew that it was going to work. And your approach really intrigued me because you talked about doing a real deep dive and really getting in and.
Yeah, it went down to about here. Didn't
Right,
it? Down
right. Yeah,
almost
we really did.
down to the basement.
Yeah, we really did, and really dealing with the issues, but not like, in such with a microscope, but with a push broom, right?
This is a good point that you bring up, because that's what you came in expecting, that we were going to have to go over every detail.
I did. That was I thought I was going to have to bring up every little thing that happened in my past, but it wasn't like that at all. Actually, it was more of like a broad stroke approach.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Yeah, just get rid of everything. You already know. Your mind already knows. And
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're subconscious, right?
Yeah.
I tell clients that I can use suggestions, something like, Mike, let's make it so that your subconscious now locates, isolates, deletes, and disposes of anything and everything that could stand between where you are now and where you want to go.
Right.
And I think I might have mentioned that to you when we first got started, and you probably wondered, what the heck is he talking about?
Right.
I have a lot of things I want to cover. Let's get back to it.
Yeah. I had a list, right? I
You
came in with
did.
a list, and I thought that's what I had to do. I thought I had to sort of micromanage each one of those issues, but it wasn't like that at all. And it was good to hear. I felt encouraged that it wasn't going to be a long process of reevaluating and focusing on the problem, but actually getting rid of the problem so you can just
Right.
move on.
I remember the list was almost a full page,
Yeah,
and
right.
I had it, and you came in for the third session, and you just had a little sliver of paper
Right.
with a couple little things on it, and those are your only problems.
Right. Yeah.
So as you came in for session number one,
Yeah.
certainly it's different from practitioner to practitioner.
Yes.
what you experienced with what we did, you said was deeper than.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that, I got into a really good deep relaxation with you, but I felt always in control, which I was a little bit nervous about, to be honest with you, but I felt always in control with the process, that I could get up, wake up, and just walk out if I needed to, but I didn't want to. I felt really good with the process.
Right.
It was a nice feeling to be that.
It feels too damn good to interrupt, doesn't it?
Right, exactly.
Sometimes I see people who go into the session with their legs crossed.
Yeah.
And I tell them, so you might want to uncross them, because halfway through you might feel like moving them, but you're going to be so relaxed you're not going to have the energy to even want to slide that leg over.
Yeah.
So what was it like when we first got into the sessions, that first visit?
Yeah, it was very comfortable. Your office is very, warm and inviting. You make people feel at ease. And when we got to work, it was very enjoyable. It was just basically like relaxing and talking to somebody. Just listening to a story, and very easy to follow along. It wasn't anything complicated about it. In fact, it was just very easy and natural.
It's almost too easy, isn't it?
It's almost too easy.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Now, were you with me the whole time, or did you go in and out with me 1 second and then off to
Yeah.
faraway places?
I would listen to you, and then I would drift off and have sort of a little daydream, as I pictured what you were saying, and then come back to you. But I did hear a lot of what you were saying, but there were a couple of instances where I was sort of off on a little tangent. But
Subconsciously, you were soaking up every syllable, but
Right.
consciously, you may be drifting
yeah,
in and out, which is fine.
right,
It makes it even easier. You don't have to pay attention to what's being said.
right.
And
right.
some clients listen to their sessions at bedtime and fall asleep and never hear anything I say and still succeed.
I do that.
Right.
In fact, when I do my nightly replaying of the session, that's what I do. Play it before I go to bed, and then I find that I wake up after the thing is over, and I shut everything off. And
So this is still part of your routine.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I really want it to sink in. Want to make it like a permanent, the permanent change for me.
So has it been about a month since we?
Not quite. We got
Not
another
quite.
couple of weeks. Yeah,
Yeah. And you're still on track.
yeah,
And
definitely.
you feel good.
I feel great. Yeah.
So when you're in hypnosis, do you see images? Did you see the things that I was detailing and
I did.
describing?
Yeah, I did. You would say, now picture yourself in a big warehouse, and you're going down to this warehouse. So I pictured literally what you were saying, going down. I pictured it underwater,
Oh, right.
and then this warehouse, and you said there were boxes in the warehouse. You could picture everything. In fact, everything is more vivid. Your imagination is like kicked into a higher level.
High def?
Yeah, definitely high def. It's very easy to see the things you say.
So describe what happens in the warehouse.
So the warehouse, that was our second session. So we would go down to the warehouse, and you'd actually see, sort of on a macro level, your issues that you had dealt with, the problems that you were dealing with, the stress issues.
In the
And-
boxes?
Yeah, in these boxes. But then you saw the solution to what these boxes were. There's a big hole in the middle of the warehouse, and you're literally throwing these boxes one by one down into this hole, and they're gone for good. You never see them again. And it's very liberating to pick them up and chuck them,
I could see you're kind of excited just
Yeah.
talking about it.
Oh, sure,
It makes
yeah.
you feel good, doesn't it?
It feels great. It's very liberating. It's you're unloading, wholesale, without examining everything about the box. The box is whatever. You're just throwing it away.
Right.
That's the beautiful process.
The one thing, the goal was, I think I might have set it up as we were doing a session, that everything in this warehouse was unnecessary. We needed to empty it out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it doesn't matter what's in the boxes. But sometimes people actually, see labels on boxes, and they can do that. But
Yeah.
apparently you just needed to clean house.
Well, I saw what they were,
Yeah.
but I didn't spend a lot of time focusing. Oh, this was stress, or fear or something. I would just chuck it.
So did you feel after what did you feel after the first session?
After the first session, it was incredible. You feel really relaxed, and then when you're done with it, you feel very light. You physically feel light, and you feel happy. You got your endorphins. You're running wild. You feel really good, and you feel confident and positive. Like you're ready to take on the world, basically.
Yeah. So did that afterglow fade away with time, or has it stuck around?
So you're immediately you're swimming in this great feeling,
The
and
bliss,
then
yeah.
and then life you sort of focusing. But then when you start doing your nightly work, you get back to that spot. And then when you do even during the day, if you take just a minute to take your breathing exercises, you can get back to that rather quickly.
Let's talk about that, I'm glad you brought that up. Explain your version of the breathing exercises for our viewers.
Okay, so it's focusing inwards and observing what thoughts you're having.
Right.
And not attaching to those thoughts, but using your breath as sort of a way to get, away from the focus on the outside world,
right,
and get into focus on your own self.
Right.
And when you're breathing in, you're picturing you're breathing in relaxation and comfort and all these positive feelings. And when you're breathing out, if it's a stressful situation, you're breathing out the stress, breathing out an anxiety issue,
right,
whatever it is. And it doesn't take very long now for me at all. It's just a couple of breaths and you can sort of get centered.
Are you getting into that meditative place a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. Maybe not as deep as the
right
the
during
basement sessions we did, but
right. Yeah, but still really pleasant, and I look forward to it.
It's important for the viewers to know that we don't need to go in pulverizingly deep hypnosis and what you're doing is what you're just describing is self-hypnosis, and it just takes a few seconds to go into the daydream, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. People, hypnosis is the process of accessing that daydream level of thought that we visit every day. I barely graduated high school because I was always daydreaming, and now I'm making a living helping people to do the same thing.
There you go.
So it's ironic. Do you know anybody, any friends or family members that have pursued hypnosis, or are you kind of the leader of the pack?
Well, my mother has tried it. I know that, and she stopped smoking with hypnosis. And since I've been on your show, I've been telling people about it because again, it's a drug-free, therapy-free way to get to a good place, and resolve your issues. Just get rid of your problems, not deal with your problems, but actually get rid of your problems. So I've been, spreading the word about the benefits and the easiness, the ease of it.
You made that point abundantly clear in the office. You were just saying just how easy it was, just to let this crap go.
Right. Yeah, because it's my own fault for hanging on to it, But it's as simple as just saying, well, let it go. Just.
That's a good point. I don't know why we feel the need to cling on to all this crap. I don't know, but we do. Everybody does, and I do too. And I as I'm helping people in your situation, it actually helps me too. So because I'm going into a bit of a trance myself. So you had the first session and things were changing pretty quickly?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't immediately, even in stressful situations, driving or whatever, no problems. I felt confident, more confident to, in presenting in meetings, just a whole heightened experience for me.
And that had been a problem for you in the past, difficulty making or uncomfortable?
Yeah, definitely a little uncomfortable. I'm in a client-facing role where I work, and so I have to present often, host meetings and everything, and I do that fine. But it's always that little bit of tension.
Right.
But I didn't have that after the sessions.
That's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Must be nice.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can focus on the task at hand.
Yeah. Find yourself doing self-hypnosis from time to time during your day at work?
Yeah. I do. I actually, the breathing exercise triggers it for me.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of us being aware.
Right.
For that moment.
Yeah.
One of my main instructors said that going into the hypnotic trance can be as simple and as quick as hitting a ping pong ball over a net. Very quick. And of course, out there, I don't really do it, but there is what they call rapid induction, where they put people into instant hypnosis, and it's fun to see, but I don't do it because it can be a little unnerving for people, and I like the gradual, just tiptoeing into the deep end. So after the second session, after the bottomless pit.
Yeah. So from there, you still had that great feeling, the confidence, the feeling light, but I became really aware of everything. I could see, people's emotions, people's body language, things going on around me. I was more aware of everything, paying closer attention to things. I wasn't so caught up, in the emotions, and I was actually observing more.
Very good point. You're making my job so much easier to you. Bringing up all the good bullet points here. Mindfulness, right?
Mindfulness. Everything's, being very mindful of everything, of my own self. How I present myself, how I act, where I am, even in my sport, how I am in that, and and then you conduct yourself differently.
You do.
Yeah.
You feel better. You're more aware of everything. You think more carefully and clearly, and from that comes better choices, an enhanced level of communication, and people pick up on that.
Yeah.
People are more comfortable in your presence, which opens up the door to opportunities and situations that you may not have experienced or even noticed before. So it does compound, and as you continue to move forward and do your session work, it'll continue to develop and grow. So
That's good.
you've got that to look forward to. And then we did the third session. You came over the period of just a few weeks,
Yeah.
and then it was done.
And it was done.
It was
Yeah.
done.
Just like that. And then I think I called it a Freedom Day, our last session, right? Because we,
You were free.
yeah, really.
You were
'cause
free of what you walked through the door with.
yeah, I mean, everything you said we were going to do, we did, and the same experiences you said I would have, I had, and literally unloading, the problems, not having to deal with it anymore. I came in just feeling like this is my last session, but I know that when I walk out of here, I'm going to be done with all the past issues that I came in to see about the stress. And the stress was starting to affect my health a little bit, not necessarily my blood pressure, but my tension levels and everything.
You
So-
noticed it in your body, didn't
Oh, of
you?
course, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I went to the doctor noticed it. I mean, you go for massage therapy, they notice it. So definitely. So when that last session, I walked out of there and I felt like I had accomplished a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hypnosis, I tell people, the ultimate reframe tool. Fast.
Mm.
The shift is quick, and if you're consistent with the process, the change sticks, and that's what you're starting to notice.
Yeah.
The consistency with it was repetition that caused the problems, wasn't it?
Right. It took a pattern of, clinging to like negative emotions and just looping those same thought processes over and over again. And so with the same, application of your thoughts, getting rid of those, just repeating the clearing and the breathing, it makes it stick, right?
Yeah. So you're going to have to find something else to worry about, or maybe you'll choose not to worry at all.
That's right.
Let me see what else I have here for you. What was this process similar to anything else you've ever experienced, like in meditation or guided
no.
imagery?
Well, right. It was very easy, very natural. Like I said, it's a little bit like meditation, but it's a lot like just relaxing and having pleasant thoughts. I mean, it's
Right.
that easy. If you can sit down in a chair and close your eyes, you can do this. It's that easy.
Perfect. Is there anything about this process that surprised you?
Well, that's
Probably the results, right?
yeah, the results and how the broad stroke really. I thought we really have to get in there with the tweezers and just kind of look at things, but no, it was just a big push broom approach.
Yeah.
And so I was surprised by that and pleasantly surprised, and just how easy it was and how successful it was.
Yeah.
How it took right away.
Yeah. So do you see that this process is going to help you with other problems?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be great for my, my relationships, my family,
Yeah.
just my professional career, just as I walk through life.
Yeah.
Be able to enjoy it more and not be so stressed out, basically.
What advice would you give to someone who was thinking about doing hypnosis?
I say definitely try it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, why would you not try it? It's
Right.
easy, drug-free, it's non-invasive in any way. It's just a very relaxing and enjoyable process.
Right. If you like the notion of relaxing and you've got change you want to make in your life, the two
Yeah.
go hand in hand.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left, guys, anyway? And just tell me.
10 minutes.
Thank you. Why don't we do just a little mini self-hypnosis session?
Sure.
So we can show the group what we do in the office.
Okay.
Feel like chilling out?
Sure.
Okay, let's do this. You can close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Nice deep breath in and hold it for a moment. Exhale slowly and completely. Good. And when you take the deep breaths, you do it with intention. You do it with the intention of stimulating endorphins to create that shift into relaxing comfort. And with all the experience you have, I want you to anticipate that this shift will be rapid, it will be deep. That's right. And now focus on inhaling. Focus on inhaling relaxing comfort into your body. This is where your vivid imagination comes into play, and this is what you do every time you do self-hypnosis. You begin to imagine yourself inhaling that sensation of pure, relaxing comfort with each breath, with the anticipation that this shift will be rapid, the comfort will be deep, and you're just allowing the outer world to float away, to drift away. That's it. And everything starts to slow down, and you'll notice that the breathing becomes shallow and slow. Everything becomes peacefully still. And perhaps you can imagine for a moment that the air in the room is doing your breathing work for you. Imagine you no longer need to exert any effort to even breathe. That the air around you is now flowing in and flowing out all on its own. And the moment that you relinquish that effort to even breathe is when you begin to truly let go, and you begin to go very, very deeply into this peaceful state of calm, serenity. And you notice the eyes get heavy, and the weight of relaxation in the eyes accumulates with every breath. Feel the eyes becoming heavier and heavier still. When it accumulates to the point, I count from 5 to 1, the eyes get heavier, and at that count of 1, the wave of relaxation goes down to your whole body. 5, feel the eyes getting heavier, and down to 4, and down to 3, and down to 2, and down to 1, and that wave of relaxation now flows very, very quickly down from head to toe. Very deep indeed. Excellent. Excellent. Imagine now you're descending to the depth of hypnotic relaxation, which will assure that everything that you accept comes to be. Everything that we talk about here, that you accept and value, is transitioned into your day-to-day life. You begin to look forward in time, and you begin to see yourself as you want to be, completely in control, completely stress-free in every way. And you begin to see yourself in what used to be challenging situations, and you see yourself now in this flow of comfort, of relaxation, of confident, stress-free determination. That's right. And this exuberant feeling begins to flow through you, and it soaks down deeply, down into your DNA. And this new positive flow of confidence begins to replicate within you. It begins to define the new you. And you can feel this surge of confident, stress-free determination flowing from head to toe. And with each breath, it continues to grow and saturate. And these visions, thoughts, and sensations become part of your natural thought process. As you just got through so eloquently describing, the shift is well underway. That's right. So take a moment now and just look forward in time and see these changes as they are to be. That's right. It feels good. And you'll hold on to all these thoughts, words, and images, and every time you enter into this blissful meditative state, you'll do so easily, quickly, comfortably, and productively. Michael, I'm going to help you to emerge from the journey in just a moment. I'll count from 1 to 5. Each number will help you to become awake, alert, and refreshed. And when you hear the number 5, of course, the eyes will open, and you're going to feel absolutely fantastic in every way. 1, shifting now and beginning to return to full conscious awakening. 2, more awake, alert, and refreshed with each breath. 3, becoming familiar with your surroundings, familiar with the room around you once again. And 4, awakening even more. And 5, eyes open. He's back. How was that?
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm talking about with that pleasant feeling that you get when you come out of it. It's almost like a runner's high, or however you want to describe it.
Endorphins are secreted when we exercise. They're secreted in hypnosis, right?
Right. Yeah. But it's just a great feeling right now.
And here you are in a TV studio,
right?
Easily able to shift into this meditative place without any problem at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. Right. I had a client once who came on the show. He said, "It's so easy." He says, "I could do it."
Right. Exactly.
So how deep were you right then?
It was good. I mean, I wasn't like knocked out like in the office, but I was still really relaxed, And
you had your eyes were flickering. You were in REM, rapid eye movement there.
Was I really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell. I literally was. I sort of lost track of where everybody was, and all I could kind of focus was on the vision I was having.
Right. You were focused within.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the priority.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on, because
it's my pleasure.
People are going to benefit from your story. They're going to benefit from what you described, and I was happy to be part of your journey. And please stay in touch and shoot me an email down the road and let me know how things are working out for you.
You bet.
Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Healthy Hypnosis, and we've got some great programming coming up down the road. We have more clients coming on the show. It seems to be a real string of clients lately who are eager to come on and share their experience. So we're going to be having more client episodes with testimonials, some more demonstrations, and we've got some practitioners who are lined up to come in as well. And we also going to have some more videos similar to the one we saw on Dr. Michael Newton talking about regression hypnosis and other fascinating aspects of this amazing field of hypnosis. So I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Healthy Hypnosis. I'm Paul Gustafson, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah.